And that's one thing about going into racing that I didn't know. And a lot of people I talk to, they're like, I saw you a picture and there was like a Miata out there with you. And it's like, what are you racing with Miatas? And I'm like, some of those Miatas will whip your ass. And I learned that early as a new driver. Now, it's tough for them to get away from me or to beat me. But when I was new, I absolutely got smoked by Miatas.
I'm sure.
And I was like, wait a minute. But then it was the driver. Yeah. It's the driver. And those Miata guys really got it down because you can control them so well if you get squirrely and get it back. If you get this squirrely, you better know what to do because you don't get it back like you will on a Miata. But so I have a lot of respect for all cars and what people are doing. I just think that more people should get them out there and just beat on them a little bit.
I agree. We talked about that earlier, though. So racing is expensive. It doesn't matter what kind of racing you do, drag racing, drifting. Yeah. You go through parts. You're hard on them. But you are right. I believe that more people should just even try it. Because I didn't, I did autocross for the first time in that big, huge crew cab truck that I have back in 2013. And that was because my sons were egging me on. They're like, we were at a Good Guys event. They're like, Dad, you should take the truck. I'm like, the truck? And so I took it out and I was hooked, but never did autocross before. So it's kind of like a drug. You go out there one time and you can really get hooked, fall in love, and then you go down that rabbit hole.
It can be a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I would say, if you're on the edge, autocross is the best because you don't really beat the car up like a road course.
It's not terrible. True.
It's not terrible. Yeah. But you're going to go through some tires, which can be expensive. But if you start with everybody always says start with the Miata platform or start with a smaller platform just because the parts are cheaper. And they usually don't break because it's, you don't have 700-800 horsepower blowing through it.
That's true. That's true.
I think if you're going to start, just start. But I mean, it's don't do it because you don't have the confidence or you don't think you can do it. I mean, it's just so much fun. And,
it is fun.
And just to have your car out there and to enjoy it, I really have such a deeper appreciation because I did the car scene all through high school. As you can imagine, having a nice car, 69 Camaro, was that was the coolest thing ever. I mean, but racing it is just, it's fun. Autocross is fun. The local events that we have here, local groups are just totally fun. All the people are great and they'll help you out. Yeah. And even in the Optima, I drive 2 days out and 2 days back. Luckily, my wife and now my daughter, my newborn daughter comes with us. But, when you're out there, I'm not a full-blown ASE mechanic, right? Right. So I've grown up with this car. I knew how to work on everything on the car before. Right. Now I'm learning everything on it now, but it's a modern car, essentially, inside of there. But, the guys at these events are the same guys at the Optima events. They're just in different towns and all coming together, and they're all super helpful. Yeah. And so that camaraderie is it really keeps you from, even if you don't know a ton about a car and you have an issue, people will help you. And so I think, that you got to break down that barrier because I think a lot of people do have that barrier of, what if something happens and I'm not a super car person or whatever. Right. It's just go out and do it. And, and you don't have to go super fast either, You can do it at your pace, and people are appreciative of it that you just came out.
Especially autocross. It's more about the suspension than it is power, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
At least I feel it is.
Yeah, unless they open up the track and put some straightaways in there.
That's true.
And then it gets powerful.
That's true.
And then the Miata guys are like, what, this track? But 90% of the autocrosses are built for them, and then you get the 10%, and we're like, here we go.
Little power move.
Here we go.
Absolutely.